If all it took was applying a thin layer of gel to the tip, and within 10 minutes your body could flip the switch and get firm again, would you dare to believe it? Or are you like many of my patients over 40? The moment you hear over-the-counter and instant results, you feel a mix of hope, but also the fear of buying another snake oil scam. Here's the reality. The FDA has authorized a new category of topical gel for sale without a prescription. And yes, clinical data suggests it works primarily through evaporative cooling to stimulate nerves, not by changing your hormones. But hold on, before you rush to the pharmacy, you need to know who this is actually for. Because for some men, this could be a game changer, but for others, it might be a total waste of money. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and today we are doing a strictly medical breakdown. No hype, no sponsorship. If you appreciate honest reviews, hit that like button so this truth reaches more men. Now, let's start with the most important question. How exactly does this thermal gel trigger an erection, and why does it fail for specific types of ED? Let's find out. An erection isn't a switch you flip and it's done, it's more like a symphony. The brain is the conductor, the nerves are the wiring, hormones are the fuel, and blood vessels are the highway. If just one instrument falls out of time, the whole piece runs out of breath. What hurts men over 40 the most is that the desire is still there. You still love, you still crave intimacy, but your body won't cooperate. Some men are like a flame that flares up and dies right away. And the more you worry, the harder it gets. You aren't weak. Your system is just under pressure. That is exactly why, when people hear about a gel working in 10 minutes, they feel both hope and suspicion. If ED involves an entire system, how could a thin layer of gel on the skin possibly intervene? It's not entering your bloodstream, like a pill. So here is the medical mechanism. The secret lies in the most sensitive area, the head of the penis. Applied locally, the gel uses a process called evaporative cooling. It creates a rapid cooling sensation, which then stimulates the nerve endings to trigger a gradual warming effect. This temperature shift shocks the local nerves into releasing nitric oxide, which is effectively the spark that ignites the erection engine. But I need to land one key line so you don't get fooled by the word instant. This gel does not create an erection out of thin air. You still need arousal. It is a fire starter, but the flame still requires you and your partner. So ask yourself, are you lacking the spark or are you lacking the fire? If you're just missing that initial kickstart, a gel like this acts as a perfect bridge. But if the root problem is significant blood vessel damage or a major hormone drop, a topical spark may not be enough. And that leads us to the deciding factor. A mechanism that sounds logical is nice, but what decides whether it's worth your hard-earned money is the clinical data. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look straight at the numbers because numbers don't care about hope. In the Phase 3 clinical trials comparing this gel to tadalafil, a common oral medication, the results were clear. About 61% of men using the gel reported a meaningful improvement, while tadalafil was significantly higher at around 87%. Hearing that, a lot of people immediately think, so the gel loses. But that is an unfair way to read it. What matters is this. The gel shows real effects in a real group of men. It's not just placebo, but more importantly, the reason this gel is getting attention isn't about strength. It is about speed. Around 60% of users respond within 10 minutes. Oral meds often take 30 to 60 minutes. And if you have ever lived through the stress of scheduling intimacy, waiting until the mood cools off, you understand that speed isn't just convenience. It is about protecting the rhythm of closeness, so intimacy doesn't turn into a medical procedure. Sometimes you don't need the strongest solution. You need the solution that shows up at the right moment. So what about the risk? Because it acts locally, the gel causes significantly less flushing and fewer headaches than oral pills. But here's the biggest medical breakthrough. This gel is generally compatible with nitrates. If you take nitrates for heart conditions, you know that Viagra and Cialis are strictly off limits. This gel finally offers an option for men who thought they were out of options. But I need to say this responsibly. Fewer side effects does not mean you get to ignore your health. If ED is a warning signal of cardiovascular issues, you cannot just use a fast fix to cover up the alarm. And now we come to the final question. If the data sounds that good, why do up to 40% of men still see zero results? And if you are in that group, what should you do so you don't spiral into shame? The answer might surprise you. If you try this gel and it doesn't work for you, that does not mean you are broken. It only means the cause sits deeper than the skin. There are three major culprits that can make even the smartest topical gel struggle. First is vascular decline. Think of it like a highway that's been gradually squeezed shut by plaque. Second is nerve damage, common in long-term diabetes. And third is the hormonal crash, when the tank is simply empty. In those situations, you don't need more spark. You need to repair the system. But here's the moment I want you to pause and ask yourself, what hurts a man most isn't one failure. It's what happens next. You start making excuses. You tell your partner you are tired. You go to bed early just to avoid the awkwardness. You avoid intimacy to avoid embarrassment. But the more you avoid, the bigger the distance becomes. And the more you start believing the wrong story, I'm done. I am here to tell you, you don't have to live in that silence. So view this gel as one tool in a toolbox. It is great for that extra boost of speed and confidence. But it is not the entire house. If you want lasting results, you need a physical foundation. And the best way to start building that foundation isn't a pill or a gel. It's repairing the muscles that actually hold the blood in. I have created a specific guide on the 3 daily stretches that help reactivate that system naturally. It is the perfect next step after watching this review. Click right here to watch that video now, and I will see you there. A gel might give you a better night, but the foundation gives you better years. If all you want is get hard right now, you will stay trapped in the quick fix hunt. But if you want your confidence back for real, you have to take care of the systems that control every erection: blood vessels, nerves, and hormones. Exercise isn't just about looking good in the mirror, it is about hydraulics. It ensures blood can get where it needs to go, when you command it to go there. Stress management isn't because you are weak, it is biology. High cortisol pushes your body to prioritize survival over reproduction, and without that relaxed state, the blood flow simply won't cooperate. I want to ask you a few questions. Answer them quietly in your head. 1. Do you sleep enough, or do you wake up feeling like you never slept? 2. Are you taking blood pressure meds? 3. Have you checked your blood sugar recently? 4. Have you been telling yourself, I'm older now, I just have to accept it? Age can take some things, but it doesn't get to take your dignity if you are willing to find the right path. And here's the piece almost no man expects: the prostate. As the prostate enlarges with age, you get the weak stream, the frequent urination. You wake up 3-4 times a night. That broken sleep destroys your testosterone production. Lower testosterone pulls down desire, and suddenly you think the problem is your penis when the root cause started with one simple thing. You haven't slept through the night in years. Does that click for you? So what should you do right now to avoid the cycle of disappointment? Let's lock in the final checklist: the right framework, the right expectations, and the exact questions you must answer before you spend a dime on any new gel. An over-the-counter topical gel can be a new option: fast, discreet, with fewer side effects. And for some men, it truly can be a turning point, especially when you need speed and simplicity. But please do not turn it into a measure of your worth. If it works, great, you've added another tool. If it doesn't, you have an even stronger reason to look deeper at your heart health, your blood sugar, and your hormones. Because when the quick fix fails, it is simply your body trying to talk to you in a very clear language. You're not broken, you just need the right inputs. Whether you are 50, 60, or 70, real strength isn't pretending you are fine. Real strength is having the courage to fix what actually needs fixing, so you can live healthier and feel close again. If I had to leave you with one question, it would be this: do you want a quick solution for tonight, or a foundation that gives you confidence for years to come? Now, I want to hear from you. In the battle of treatments, would you try this new instant gel, or do you still trust the traditional blue pill more? Leave a comment. GEL or pill? I read and reply because sometimes just stating your choice is the first step out of silence. I'm Dr. Emily Carter. Thank you for watching, and remember, don't just treat the symptom, treat the system. I'll see you in the next video.